Welcome to another Streamteam review, everybody. I hate this show, but we're going to talk about it. Anyway, let's start Art bringing in the guests, starting off with the legendary Codex.
I am the scales of justice, conductor of the choir of death. Sing, brothers, sing!
Hello.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure, even if it is under less than auspicious circumstances.
Well, I got an hour to go. Why not?
Alrighty. We'll try to keep it quick, I promise. Thankfully, the show has very little going on.
Indeed.
But let's bring in the TalkingBomb.com himself, Johan.
Is everything ready? Do it.
Thousands of souls extinguished by the push of a button.
Understand, Yuri. This is only the beginning.
Hello. I still think, I still believe, we can give this a chance. It's not as bad as you think it is, but it is very bad.
It's not Rings of Power level bad.
Yeah, right now it's not. Right now.
It's basically just now we're seeing the annoying warning signs.
Yes,
Yep.
and the forced how do you say that? The forced propaganda.
Yeah.
I believe that's the right word for it, right?
I
think so, yeah.
The lazy, pathetic propaganda these idiots try to force into our media because apparently they think it's funny or entertaining, but in reality it's annoying and pathetic.
If I heard the rumors that are true, then I believe that we can see, like, if there is a 7th episode, we probably see them twerking. So don't worry about it.
Oh, come on! Ew.
Like that bad. It's gonna be following into, I believe.
Oh, golly, that just sounds like torture.
Hey, you have already the annoying couple, and the whole story is evolving around them instead of the fucking main protagonist in some of the times, and it's gonna be more and more and more. So, you're gonna get those lesbos gonna get doing their thing. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's the main problem of this whole 2 episodes. The couple is actually ruining most of the adventuring atmosphere. Let's put it that way. Like, you don't feel them like they are traveling together. It feels more like, oh, here's a shotgun in your back. Now move along.
Move along, just to make it through.
Because honestly, I do like the village that they go to. It feels quite alive. True, it does feel like it's supposed to be there. But the 2 whiny ass bitches that are literally head over heels of each other are really ruining the atmosphere in that scene. It's like, hey, I don't want to go there. I need to go there. And then she gets captured. The main thing why they go after her, and I was like,
Yeah.
It was a very strange way of how to do it. If they would have cut them off, and you had only the cooking lady, the midget, and the fucking woodsman, that would have been fine. The woodsman finding her in the woods, trying to get ingredients, save her from some wild man, and then bring her towards the Willow, and then show her around the village, and Willow is like, she's the one that I was supposed to be guiding, and she's now here. Allow me to help her finding her magic, her roots of magic back. That the whole point of the whole point of the three characters that are forced into our faces, the whiny ass fucking prince, the goddamn two bitches that are always, yes, I hate this place, I don't like you, I do like you, and if they would have kept with Willow, the woodsman, and the cooking lady, it would have been so much more better, because then you have like, oh, you can cook really good, yeah. I learned it from my mother. Well, did you know that? Well, technically, she's not my mother. I have never heard her, but blah 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 blah. And you can hear the whole story of like how she has been treated in the kingdom, while still being adventuring with the whole group. And then eventually, Willow is like, well, I have discovered that a great evil has returned, and I actually want you to take up my apprenticeship, because I can see that you have greatness, and you can continue with that. And then, have encounters, have the woodsman be heroic, beat up the bad guys, Willow doing magic, and she, trying to help along, helping Willow along with the magical powers. And that would have been so much more entertaining to watch than this journey of, back in my day, I was supposed to be the Grand Battle Master. 2 ages ago, I fought a deer, and I lost both my legs. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Actually, it will be quite entertaining, actually.
Yeah, but you get the point. Just lots of monologuing with no real tension in it. I never felt like the prince was supposed to be rescued. It was like, Prince, be rescued. Right. Anyway, did anybody saw that kitty that left the village? I really needed to get that one. I want to have a pet kitty. Yeah, I want to use you. It's like a D&D session where you forgot the main mission was to break in somebody's house, and instead of breaking in somebody's house, you broke into the fucking main castle without any preparation. Which is quite unique.
Yeah.
But yeah. And that's my take on it.
Yeah, this
it's quite boring.
It is incredibly boring.
For a fantasy show, it just really drags on.
It's not like the Seventh Son where you had a great cast and a fucking amazing actor just babbling on like, don't forget, witches must be burned and then turned alive. The CGI was bad, but it was still a very good. The plot was there, the whole story was there. The way how it went, and that it was good. Of course, it was not the best, but hey, at least you got something. Here you have nothing.
Indeed. So, okay, so let's talk about this show. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's kind of talk about the let's talk about it. So this show is remarkably boring.
Yeah.
I have legitimately no idea who this show is for, other than for just strange, weird people.
Yeah, it's not even for Willow fans. It's not for children. It's hell, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe 40-year-old lesbian couples. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
probably.
40-year-old overweight lesbian couples with that edgy colored hair.
Possibly. Yeah.
I have no idea. why or how, but the main problem is that the action, the whole feeling of an adventure, the whole feeling of rescuing the prince, it doesn't exist. And without having the feeling of an adventure, you're probably just looking at some strange weirdo with a little bit of a short legs, a hobo, and a one ass prince, and some bitches, and a good looking lady that can cook. It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Honestly,
so what are you doing
Honestly,
here?
she was
Nothing.
Honestly, she was the best character. Like, at least she has an
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
character.
that and the sidekick from Willow, the sidekick guy. I really like the
Yeah.
guy too.
Yeah, same
They
here.
they had they felt like characters. They felt like they were in the book. Well, in the book, I mean, I have not read the book, but it feels
Well.
like they were in a storytelling instead of
Mhm.
let's
Ye-
go. We're gonna YOLO this castle and we're gonna break through. How we gonna do it? With a cow. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the way how they talked, it didn't felt natural in most of the actors. Of course, there are exceptions, but the acting was very bland, very meh, very bleh, ugh.
Mhm.
Even the bad guy, even the fucking bad guy. The bad guy was not the bad guy. The guard that was corrupted. The bad guys that were shown that were attacking. Maybe the strange lady. That one gave me the spooks, but the rest was a bit generic, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what it feels like. It's just a generic fantasy show. It's like there's nothing to entice you in with this universe. Like in the film,
Well, you could
in
you
the
could
Willow film, specifically, there is a prophecy storyline exactly, but it's of a sort someone trying to find. Actually, no, what am I saying? Someone trying to prove themselves, or something on the lines of that exactly.
Well, they could get away with it if it was not for having this very bland opening. If they would have gone with a storytelling like with Lord of the Rings, for instance, the beginning of Lord of the Rings, how you translate it, like the seven rings were made, bloody bloody blue, bloody bloody blue, bloody bloody blue. And if you would have done that with Willow, like in the end, the wizard was the evil wizard was defeated, but her spirit still remained. Upon 100 years have passed, and peace has been brought back to the country. But alas, peace never lasts long in these parts. Yeah, like give something like an urge, like give something to worry about, and then have like maybe I don't know, Willow go to the queen and say like she needs to be ready. I already have spotted traces of the queen returning. The evil queen return, something like that. Something that gives the feeling of the audience be like, oh, she's returning. How? When? What? How is it going to be?
Well,
because the bad guys in the first episode, the bad guys show up. Poof! There they are. There are an invasion now. Somehow, nobody told me about it. Must have been the wind. And the urge of having this kind of having the need of finding this finding the lost spirit of the evil witch and defeating it didn't come. It didn't feel like an invasion. It just felt like, boom, there it is. The prince got captured at the end. Yeah,
like a raid.
Yeah, like a raid, but not with a raid kind of feeling to it. No coming up towards it. You didn't see the guys coming. You didn't see the shadow overlapping. Like there had no sign. It was just there instantly. Boom, gone. They went in the castle. They had this lovely. They had this lovely wedding ceremony, and then boom, suddenly, bam, everything.
Not even wedding
Like,
ceremony,
not-
it's betrothal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no
The
like
thing
black
is as well,
smoke.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to get an example on how to say it. Like,
Yeah, go on. Sorry, I
no,
was interrupting.
yeah, no, like black smoke coming from the woods. One of the woodsmen sees this, runs towards the guard's tower, and they say, "Evil is approaching. We must act now." And then the guard's captain is like, "Yes, we must, guard. Sound the alarms." And then have the feeling of having a raid instead of having, boom, here we are. We're here. We're spooky. Ooh, everybody's gonna die, but except you, and you're gonna get captured. Because it felt like that. It felt like a comical, bad villain episode. Ooh. Without the comedy.
The show, the beginning of this just. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, like, I wouldn't say that would be a criticism I would do of the raid. I think that the raid functions fine. My thought is, and you don't necessarily have to, in a TV show, you don't have to let the audience in on what is going on. That's kind of standard TV writing.
Yeah, but we didn't get engaged in the first place. That was the main problem.
The problem is that there's just no good characters. That's the major problem. I think that if we were engaged with the characters, the raid would be perfectly serviceable. That's the problem. It's not that the raid itself is not well executed. Well, the raid has some terrible choreography, and
yeah, definitely.
And like, it's very hard to tell what's going on, and the stakes are a little bit unclear. But it's not awful. It's standard. The problem is that the characters are just lame and lazily written. Like, Kit is every single female character that we've seen for years.
Yep.
5 years.
More like 7 years, ever since Ray, as well as
Ray.
Speaking of which, this whole, especially these first 2 episodes, it really feels. Sorry, the intro to this whole thing really feels like episode 7 again. And I'm not just saying,
it does.
I'm not just saying it because it's Lucas films and all. Like, it generally feels
episode
like that.
7, like Rise of the Skywalker, or what?
No, Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Oh, that's because the director took inspiration from it.
Yeah,
Of course,
which is stupid.
But but
He really
because the
liked
funny thing is, they get rid of the
inside.
magic.
He really liked the character. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, because they got rid of the magic. It's like, that's the one thing that's stopping the sorceress in the film.
Yeah, why
it's the
have they
magic
made it
that's today.
into insert? Why have they made this into Merlin? Why are they ripping off Merlin by turning Sorsha into Uther Pendragon, but neutered?
Yeah.
And less complicated.
You know what the fun thing is? The director actually took inspiration from the Star Wars movie in character design and story. So yeah, they are literally almost the same. As you can see, they don't have inspiration.
That,
Of course they don't.
That is really stupid.
No.
Yes.
It's not stupid. It's the new thing. It's how you get paid in Hollywood these days. As long as you can copycat, there is no need to worry.
Can you call it plagiarism?
Yeah.
It doesn't fall under plagiarism if you are good buds with Lucas.
Yeah.
Was Kathleen Kennedy these days, but still.
It's the same. She's already in hot water.
Well, is she? Since I know that, like, Bob Iger, who supported her for years, is back in place for 2 years. and
That
Bob
that
Chapek,
disengage.
who was likely he was probably going to fire her.
I wish
Yeah.
she would have stayed. I wish she would have stayed,
Yeah.
fired her, and then left. But
Yeah, apparently he was cooking the books at Disney, trying to inflate numbers and such. Which, yeah, and that's why that's the official reason, on top of the fact that he was going to majorly do budget cuts.
fun
for-
fact, animations of Disney is running low on
Yeah.
good
I
movies.
wonder why.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
why.
apparently Strange World sucks.
Lightyear was a flop.
It
Yeah.
didn't. It didn't suck. It made such a loss. Like I believe 80 million.
mm.
But
Well, either way.
it's just millions. So
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely
I
seems
wish
as
I
though,
had those, but
Yeah, I wish I had that too.
Mm.
Apparently not.
look at this
Apparently.
cast. Look at this
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah, what can you do? Well, so let's talk about this whole show. There's a whole mystery box for the first episode, and it's very much relying on the first episode on Willow to get its nostalgia baiting,
Yeah.
where
Oh no!
as well
Not
as they're
that they're
talking about Laura Dannon, the Empress who will arrive, and talking about how they're going to, and just everybody's wondering, where's Laura Dannon? When
Good points. Good points. Good point.
and it's just like Mystery Box Central, and it's like super obvious that it's her.
Yeah,
It's
but at least she's a good.
ridiculous.
They're not even
At least,
subtle.
at least she's likable in this
Yeah,
one.
she's very likable.
Yeah.
She's the only good
that's the
character
one
in
thing-
this whole show.
Because she reacts to
is
the other
honestly that
actors.
character so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
Yeah.
reacts to the other characters. That's what makes her much better.
yeah. Since Willow kind of sucks.
It's Willow. He's grumpy now. He's an old
I
man.
mean-
He's consistent, but they kind of seem like they've amped up his kind of unlikability per se.
Oh, you should
Maybe.
hear you should have heard the rumors of episode 3. You're gonna hate him so much.
I
Oh,
just want
God,
to
no.
die. I want to die. Like, I like Willow.
I can
It's
turn
got
to
a
a
very
Death Knight.
soft space in my heart, but
Yeah.
man, this show is just so lame and lazy.
Well, at least not the hat. Some of the like the lady on the left, for instance, she did a good job. Talking
Yeah.
about the main character. That was a good actor, but when you see the main cast, the persons that are important. All right, Prince 1 has no personality but the wine and is a cis baby.
And is apparently a womanizer. That's
Yeah.
kind of his only personality.
Yeah. He's not like John Bravado, man. Hell yeah, baby. And then you have Strong Female Warrior 1, Strong Female Warrior 2, Piss Poor Bitch over there, that one. Piss Baby. I'm sorry, my queen. I cannot do this, my queen. Ah, my queen. Because that's how he feels.
Yeah. There are slight touches that I like. For instance, they named him Eric after Man Morgan's friend in the movie. One thing though that I'm listening to the review of the book. What is it? Shadow Moon from 72 pages that we'll never get back. And man, that book sucks. That book is really bad. It's kind of amazing how bad that book is.
Is it like Frame Monsters kind of bad?
It's amateurish at best.
Okay. It lacks. Yeah. Okay.
It's so lame and lazy.
Well,
That
so is the show.
well, it's like legit bad prose is the problem with the book. It's almost as if they were just actively it's as if George Lucas was actively trying to make an amateurish book, because it's just so freaking bad. It's so lazy. I just hate that book. Like, the book is just such a lazy, awful book. And like, just from the first few they spent quite a while on that book, and even just reading the summary is just nonsense.
My
legit nonsense.
My favorite part is when Willow said, "It's Willow time," and Willow's all over the lesbians. But yeah, look at this character, for instance. If you can spot any more emotion from this face and then the other faces that she pulls, it's almost all the same. It's always bitch face. As you can see, she's the strong, independent woman that needs no ma'am.
Needs no ma'am? I think you mean no man.
It's almost the same.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the whole thing with, I don't understand what, like, the point of Kit's character is.
She's supposed to be a self-insert of the director, probably.
Yeah, that actually, that checks out. Yeah, that's yeah, I totally believe that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that would probably check out.
It's another bingo. Oh boy. Well, you know, that's my suspicion. My suspicion. It's very sus.
And you're probably right.
Just this whole thing. Yeah. And then, for whatever reason, they decided to cast the Carly from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah,
Freckles.
Freckles.
is a great idea.
Freckles. Did you know that the sun is round and rocks can still fly? Oh no, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that ever.
Sorry.
Oh, that's a crappy Irish accent. I heard one.
Yeah, good. Well, lots of them are in the village, you know.
I just...
Bloody hell, swing me sideways.
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
they're trying to...
It's just so...
so
They're
little
fighting,
here.
and then they're making up and kissing, you know. That's how it goes, and then the invasion starts. In the middle of the goddamn night. Can you believe the nerves they had?
And then there's the
Not even a goddamn alarm.
There's the freaking mystery box of who
Oh yeah.
who is this man, and that is where is it? Where's the thing where does he show up?
Okay, to be fair, I generally do like this actually, because
I do like this actor actually.
yeah,
Isn't that not the Woodsman guy?
No, that was the Prince.
Oh.
Because they could have easily just had him just fumble with the sword and he was like a bumbling idiot, but they somewhat signal he has a bit competent.
Oh,
So-
the Prince.
Yeah, the prince. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said the prisoner. The prisoner is actually also a very nice
Uh,
actor.
yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. But I mean,
But removing the prince was such a shame. He had to be rescued, like a damsel in distress. It must have been him.
I just find the whole thing with the prince's outfit really hilarious.
He looks like somebody from the 80s, you know?
Yeah, he does look like very
he's
80s.
he's
Yeah.
trying to be Van Diesel, but he really can't. No, Van. God's sake, I'm don't out his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole invasion, if you hear the scene, no alarms are ringing, you know, everything is still the same. It's like, oh, okay. It's very
These are very lame monsters.
Yeah, they look like
Like D&D rip-offs or something.
I can't even get the
have you seen
devil dogs.
I like the dead hounds. The dead hounds are just, you know, dogs with some fur clothing on them with no lighting on it so that you don't
Yeah.
see it. I'm gonna use this bat. Take that, scrub.
And then
Oh bush. Home strike.
and then they run off. And then
Oh
they decide
yeah,
to
the
go
only
rescue
likable character gets shot.
lesbian lifted her sword and said by the power of grace.
Yeah, it does seem that.
funny.
Wait,
What a
slightly more entertaining.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy
kinda.
is also very decent of an actor. It's a shame. It's a shame it's a shame that he's in this series.
Agreed.
Yeah.
He could have made an excellent D&D character.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Speaking of which, there's gonna be a D&D series coming out soon. I doubt it's gonna be good.
Probably not. No.
Yay.
And
Yeah,
then-
you're gonna be butchered because, well, you know, D&D has no longer races. Remember, they removed that.
Yeah.
They find it offensive that you can no longer say that's a
Of course they do.
goblin. That's a goblin. Goblin gook. You can no longer say that.
That's funny. Though I do think that it is like at least like she has personality and she's good.
Not
at-
like that bitch or the other one.
Yeah, she literally just has 4 freaking arrows.
Yeah, and honestly, I like how it takes pride in her cooking. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's like,
Yeah.
wait, you can cook? How dare you cook?
I don't know if it's
She's immediately
I
jealous of it.
think it's just
Like,
but-
also the armor on her is so terrible.
yeah,
The
armor's
other
so
two,
bad.
the other two look so much more distinct than and this guy, this guy, I don't know. I don't like him.
Not a fan.
No.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Flash Thompson in this show. He's one of the causes of at least like a few warning signs in regards to the Lord Danon, specifically in Mary Sumo, where he says, "You don't understand how awesome you are," and it's just like, oh no.
It's you don't understand how awesome you are, my
It's
queen.
just- Yeah, it's just like it's just Captain Marvel, Ray, and America Chavez all
Galadriel.
freaking over Galadriel all over
Yep.
again, and it's just like,
Yeah.
why does this crap perpetuate itself? Are these people legitimately brain dead or something?
They
Yes.
should have, you know, remember back in the day when you had actors that would, you know, act on the spot, try to come up with lines and needed to be improvising sometimes.
You
And
can
create
write this crap, You can write this crap, George, but I won't say it.
Exactly, because, you know, back in the day they had balls.
And
George,
and
no one can say pronounce this.
George, no one would say this. Are you an alien or something?
Yeah, that's what.
Maybe that's
But
why the
Mark Hamill,
prequels.
based as hell. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do like some of the combo. I do like some of the ideas of like, all right, she is the cook, the other dude is the other dude is gonna be the protector, and then Willow is gonna be the wizard. Sure, why not? It feels decent enough as a party, but the other three, they don't really they are not special. Well, maybe the prince is how do you say that, a readable person. He can read things. That's it.
He's a translator.
Yeah, but Willow can also translate, so what would you do? There goes your job. And the other two are fighters. Well, you know what they always say in horror movies: shoot the screaming one first, right?
This was just.
This was so sad.
They're
That
trying to be-
man didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
That man didn't
He just
deserve it.
dies. And he just
No.
dies. Is there bone
And then-
raiders?
And they don't even acknowledge it. It's like,
Yeah, he's like, leave him to death.
it's
Yeah.
like they just leave. Okay, I understand they're being chased, but no mourning for the guy? Really?
Apparently.
No beating up the dudes. I don't know. Which show looks cheaper? Rings of Power or Willow? Rings of Power looks cheaper, but Willow also lacks everything that the Rings of Power most of the time has.
Yeah,
Most of
kind
them.
of.
That is actually true. That is hard, actually.
Yeah. I think especially like if you look at the princess's sword, it looks so freaking cheap.
At least the costumes look decent this time around with some of them.
Yeah.
But what I have heard, I doubt it's going to be in the third episode. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad. Then finally they
Okay,
find
how is it
Willow.
a show?
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Okay, it's just.
I do like the grass.
Sorry, it's fine. But is it just me, or is Warwick Davis just bored out of his mind?
Yes.
I think that he is. Yes.
Yeah.
I do like this armor though. This armor is so good.
Yeah.
Well, is it
Looks fine.
armor or an outfit?
Outfit then.
Yeah,
I do
since
like
it's
the
not
leather
a-
outfit. It looks
It
decent.
looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
decent. And then at the end, the mystery box is resolved. Willow comes out and reveals that the kitchen maid, who was obviously a Laura Dannon the whole time,
Is Laura Dannon.
is Laura Dannon. And it's just like, are you freaking kidding me? That's the best you could come up with.
Well,
It
at
can't
least
be
it is better than having too many mystery boxes.
But that can't be her. I'm not Ginger. And
The hair
I think they do
swapped
bring-
the ginger.
honestly, actually, the thing is, they do address that in the next episode. They do change my hair. They change my color for some reason.
Yeah, they keep washing it in Beatles blood, apparently.
Yeah.
Rip the
Yeah.
Beatles. Rip the Beatles.
Hmm.
It's a
Must-
shame. It was such a
To be honest,
good
I don't know
band.
why would you do that?
It was such a good
And
band.
That's it. That's all that happens in 50 minutes.
Indeed.
It's just like,
And now we're gonna go
Yeah,
to
just-
fun. You did forget the corruption of the god by black magic, but hey,
oh yeah, that's
that also
Yeah,
happened. But eventually it's gonna be irrelevant anyway. So hey, oops,
Yeah.
did I say that out loud?
So,
He's
I hate
probably
this
gonna be
show.
dead. He's probably gonna be dead
probably,
in the most
yeah.
ridiculous way ever.
Mm.
In
Probably.
some way of empowerment. Why do you watch this junk? Well, good. I found it in space junk, so I found it in space, and I thought like, hey, Don, you want to see it for free? And he said, sure thing, buddy. and so we watched it.
Even though we immediately regretted
We
it.
hate ourselves. Just why? Yep.
And that's why it's free. Well, technically, you need to pay for it, but it's free if you find the right way.
Mm,
I'm pointing
Yeah.
towards my head over there, the one with the crossbones and the skull. But it had been a little bit dusty lately, and then suddenly after 5 years, I was like, "Huh, I could use this thing again. Don't mind if I do."
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens in 50 minutes. And we're going to get a whole lot of nothing in the next episode, too.
No.
I just-
You gotta get a wagon,
Yeah, they get on a wagon.
and they get kidnapped, one of them, and then they chase it, and that's the end.
Yeah. And apparently,
Yeah,
no,
this is
no,
what I was
no,
talking about.
they've ruined Sorsha in this show. I am so pissed at what they did to Sorsha in this show.
mean,
I
it's nice to
also
see
hate the
actress-
goatee.
Yeah,
The actress is
I-
perfectly fine. She's a good good
but,
character.
having
good
both
actress.
Sorry. Yeah, but having seen both these actors again, just hugging each other out, fine. Just it's good to have a good reunion. But they butchered them in this. It's
It's just, how are you so incompetent that you managed to do this? To, like, Sorsha's not a complicated character. She's fairly
really
simple.
yeah.
And yet they butchered her, and it's so annoying that they managed to do it. How?
Normally, it's very easy. You don't read the books, you don't read everything, and you just make it up on your own. And you say like, "Oh, you need this woman that names this name. All right, we'll put her in there. What does she needs to do? I don't know.
I don't know.
Figure something out." Yeah, that's how it works. You don't read the books, you don't read the other movies, and you just make it up on the spot.
Well, in the case of the of Willow, you don't want to read the books ever. The books are trash of the highest order.
Amazing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
trust the film.
They are. Yeah. Just watch the movie. Don't read the books. The books are terrible. You can even read the novelization of Willow. The novelization of Willow is actually really good. Read that. Don't read the sequel trilogy for Willow. Chris Claremont is an idiot writer, and George Lucas is just as bad.
But yeah, I do
Yeah.
like the scenery. I do really like the scenery. It does feel nice. But yeah, the whole thing that's gonna be happening in this whole fucking 50 minutes of view is they meet they meet some of the history. But before that, though, you're gonna be interrupted by some singing from Annoyingness from the last episode. Before you're gonna go to
Yeah.
the next. All the
And
outros
then-
are so horrible. Like
and then there's a
Teenage Punk.
And then there's a really stupid memberberry scene where they just rip off the last movie, and just do the whole thing with the bones.
Yeah, this
and the whole thing with the bones and the magic finger thing.
I
It's
just
just
find
like,
it funny how. Sorry, go on.
yeah, well, it's just they rip off the bones and the magic finger thing. The power to control the world is in which finger?
I just find it weird how they try to keep doing these memorable scenes, but here's the thing: people who are just watching this series currently, exactly, they haven't seen the film, so why would they want to after watching this exactly?
I did like the scene, all right. It was
is-
it was a bit of comedy.
Lazy.
Yeah, but I have
yeah.
not seen the other series. I know that I have not seen it, so therefore I
He's-
did like it.
And he's even trying to cheat and say, pick my finger, pick my finger, pick your finger, pick your finger. And it's just like, Willow, how far you have fallen. As yours, yours.
Yeah.
It's so. Yeah, at least Willow has some humor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I did like the surroundings, the aesthetics on it. Well, also the people around it. It felt natural. At least this scene felt natural. But the main problem is the scenes afterwards are terrible because it's just this chase scene with a goddamn card.
Not even chasing. They're just
Yeah.
following him. It's basically just
Yeah,
magic.
she gets
school.
abducted. She gets abducted, and they're just
Yeah.
following
At
the
the end,
prince.
yeah.
You know. Yeah, but they're following the prince that is abducted, and they're just doing like, oh, okay. Ah,
And-
how
I
do
do like
you
the-
like your
I
weed
do like
today,
his armor
sir?
though.
Amazing.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
armor
his
isn't
armor is
bad.
I do
decent.
like his armor though. Yeah,
It's much
decent,
better
yeah.
than the Rings
I
of
do like
Power
it.
armor. Definitely. It's not.
Oh,
It's
definitely,
not tin
yeah.
can.
Yeah, I do think this is for sure an indication of just exactly how bad the what is it, the Percy Jackson and Aragon series on Disney Plus will be.
Mm.
Oh, is there going to be another series coming out? I thought they
Two
already ran out of
series,
money.
yeah.
No, they still have some money, and they're going to be doing Percy Jackson and Willow. Well, Percy Jackson and Aragon soon, and
Yay.
Well, time to murder that franchise as well. Yippee-ki-yay.
well, even worse than they already were. Aragon and Percy Jackson are both dead franchises, and now Disney's going to make them even worse, which is amazing because the Percy Jackson movies suck.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
they
Disney's
do.
Disney's always a family kind of company, so therefore, you know, sometimes you have to raise family up from the ground like a true necromancer. There's nothing evil about that. He just wants to raise his family in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like they are gonna complain.
Mm-hmm.
2 days ahead, we must strike tomorrow. I do like this.
When did Disney? I think about a year ago there was an announcement about that.
Mm.
Oh well. At least you know the new. How do you say that? The new Indiana Jones is also gonna come out soon. It's also gonna be
that's
a
gonna
blast.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Don't
suck
remind
too.
me, Jesus Christ.
What? I don't want to remind you of the goddamn temple that is gonna be crumbling down underneath their feet. Of course, I'm gonna remember you about that.
Yeah,
It's called. It's not. It's called.
It was
it's called,
already
you know,
dead.
yeah.
well,
it
you
got
know,
killed
beating
with
a dead
Crystal
horse
Skull, and-
works.
Yeah, it was killed with
Yeah.
Crystal Skull. It's gonna be even worse.
Is Crystal Skull is not the one with the Holy Grail, right?
No, Crystal Skull's the one with the aliens.
Oh, I have not
Yay.
seen that one. I only have
I have
seen
not either.
the box and the Holy Grail one. Choose wisely,
Okay.
Yeah,
which I both liked. I really like those
they're-
two movies.
Yeah, they're
they're
really
good. They're
fun.
good movies.
yeah.
I want to watch those.
Yeah.
You want to watch those?
I remember that 10 years ago they were like all the time on television, every
Mhm.
single fucking
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. Now you need to pay
That's a
$5
hell of a
for
thing.
it, or 10, or
Wow.
$20, depends.
Hmm.
How much is a Disney subscription now?
It's like $10, I think.
Yeah, now you need to pay $10 to see it instead of watching it for free on
Mhm.
national television.
Yeah.
Mhm. I think they actually were doing some. At least they were airing at least a couple of the Disney Plus shows on Disney Channel in order to inflate the viewings. It was one of the things that Bob Iger was doing
It's
in
a
order
smart
to
move.
inflate things. Yeah, and because of that, he
The
got
very-
fired.
Well, it is a smart move to inflate such numbers. It's only not a very smart move to get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a smart move anyway, because if you want to make people satisfied, like, oh, you're watching this movie. Well, you did also watch it on Disney Channel, then yes. But most of Disney Channel is going to be High School Musical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That
Or-
is back in the
or
day
the-
what I watched. You
or
know,
the
I watched
Disney
those
Channel-
things every single fucking time.
Or the Disney or the High School Musical series, TV series.
Is there a
Wait, there's a
series?
series?
A TV series?
There is a High
Holy
School
shit.
Musical TV
Wow.
series on top of the 3 movies.
Wow.
I know that I saw a lot. I saw a lot of Disney Channel, and I really am sorry for watching it, but holy shit, that was the most. That was cheap. All right, that was very cheap entertainment back in the day. That was very cheap entertainment, but it was, it was decent because, well, it is
was
not
just
fantasy,
mindless
so it's
fluff.
supposed to be cheap.
Yeah, it was
I don't
fun.
care.
It was mindless. Yeah, it was mindless fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be not cheap, You have this epic tale about an evil witch that is gonna be, her spirit is back. And now the only one that is able to stop it is the child of the first champion. I know, that sounds very epic. Well, it doesn't exist. She doesn't have the power anymore. Everybody
Well-
is normal.
Well, actually, the
funny thing
funny
is-
thing is that Laura Dannon is the daughter of a peasant.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And she is legit nobody.
The
Yeah.
legit nobody. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, peasant man.
And pretty much
To
most
look
of
at
this,
women.
yeah, mostly it's like it's mostly dominated by Willow teaching a Laura Dannon how to do magic, and
I don't mind that necessarily
I don't
speaking
mind
because
that either.
yeah,
This is actually a reference to the book apparently, where Willow can talk to animals in the book, which is just like, okay, that's
I could see
pretty
him
cool,
doing
I
that.
guess.
I can see him doing that. He's a
But
fucking
it's actually-
midget.
Well, actually, it's funny. He says, "No, do you?" So I think
Oh.
that's kind of that's actually hilarious because it just
Yeah.
means that they're like taking pot shots at the book, which admittedly, like, this is bad, but the books are worse.
yeah.
Well, they could have done something with the animals. It would have made the thing more fantasy-like if there are animals running around that are, also talking to the other people.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
could have
know.
been. That could
I
have
just
worked,
realized
yeah.
something.
Yeah, go for it.
How is it that the princess in Shrek 3 had more competence than this?
Well, she was
I'm
an
not
awesome
joking.
person.
No,
Wait,
you're-
Shrek 3?
You
I mean,
are completely correct. You are
I
completely
also
correct,
liked her.
sir.
I also liked her in Shrek 4, actually. I did like Rapunzel. I really liked the fucking Stillskin. He was a great villain. I did
Yeah,
like
yeah.
him.
Yeah, I'll give it that. Yeah, entertaining.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Fucking
but
asshole.
yeah, but the princesses in that film in Shrek 3 show a lot more competence than them anyway. Just-
She was a warrior princess in most cases, which
Well-
she was already depicted in the first movie, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think all
It
of
is
the
true, that's
princesses
all-
were relatively competent.
Yeah,
Oh,
like literal Snow White. Hell, even Sleeping
she-
Beauty. She did a lot more than them.
it was
and
such a
in the
fucking
show.
funny thing to see the princesses siege that goddamn castle. It was
Yeah.
so fucking funny.
And they sing a immigrant
Yeah.
song as
Yeah.
as part of a whole thing. It's Shrek 3 is actually kind of funny. It's not the best Shrek movie, but it's
I
pretty
think-
funny.
I think 2
Yeah.
was the best. I really
Agreed.
am
It
was,
still
yeah.
really liking the fucking musical song inside of when they are getting into the castle. And
Oh my
also-
god. What meta BS is this?
Oh,
Wait, what? Yeah, the show about high school doing a musical about a high school musical movies. Well,
I
That
want to kill
is
something.
well, High School
Preferably
Musical about a musical is technically a thing that happens in High School Musical in some of them. I do like the Summer Camp Island one. That one was actually quite fun. If I'm correct, is that the right title? Yeah, that's the right title, right? Yeah. Where everybody's fucking happy and fucking stoned as fuck, not knowing what the hell is going on. But I did watch most of the trash series like iCarly, which was actually quite funny.
Carly's
Zack and
funny.
Cody. Zack and Cody.
Zack and Cody's funny.
Yep. I really liked it too. I
Corey
really
and
liked
House.
the cast in it. Yeah, also that one. The Tiki Kings. I don't know how that one was. They always had the same dudes. Most of the actors are always the same, which I didn't mind. I didn't was not that bored about it. But that was because I also watched it with my little sister back then. Like, you want to watch this?
Oh.
Yeah, I want to watch this. Okay. Allow me to switch languages from Dutch to English then, so that you learn English.
Yeah, that works.
She was most of the time pissed off that I hit the remote control when I did that. Yeah, it was about two kings, if I'm correct. There were two kings of an island.
That's what it was called.
And they had to compete with
Kings,
each
that was
other.
it.
And there was one dude, and there was one little dude. He was like, "You are the king, but I'm gonna steal your throne when you're dead." And one was a black dude, and the other one was
it was the Young
normal.
Kings. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, Young Kings. Great,
Yeah, it was Young
great
Kings.
series.
I believe it was.
It was
Yeah.
very funny. It was very
It was decent.
hilarious. Of course, it was very staged, yes, but it did had some fun things in it. I really liked how you had this, warrior woman that was absolutely a buffoon in most of the cases when it came to talking to her high commanders.
Yeah, that sounds funny actually.
Yeah, she had flaws. How about that?
What?
She always schooled. Yeah, she
people aren't
schooled the
perfect?
kings. She schooled the kings about, yeah, you need to do this more this way because that's much more behaving like a king. And while having in the higher, while working at the army, being always like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Always getting blamed about when the kings are doing something stupid, getting blamed that she is not keeping control over them. Be like, you're supposed to be responsible. You're supposed to be on watch. But no buts. You're gonna be mopping the floor tonight.
Okay, that sounds funny. I like that. But yeah,
Same.
we also
Same.
one little thing that we see is apparently this MacGuffin called the Chimerian cuirass.
Oh, that one. That's gonna be showing up, if I'm correct, in episode 3. If I heard the spoilers.
Oh yeah, more MacGuffins.
Yeah, you need MacGuffins. If you don't have MacGuffins, then things go bad. Oh.
One didn't have a MacGuffin.
Well.
Well, okay,
Anybody
to a
watch
point.
the Aaron Stone? What the hell is an Aaron Stone?
I
Oh,
actually
I
like
remember
Aaron
that,
Stone.
yeah. I
That
did.
was actually
Yeah.
Aaron Stone was actually one of the primary inspirations for Dragon Blaster. Shameless
I have not
plug.
watched that.
Basically, the idea is that this guy plays a video game, and the video game is based on an actual real life because there is a evil conspiracy, and this guy is trying his best to fight them. So he created a game to manufacture the ultimate warrior. So
basically, Hiro Kojima.
yeah.
I the most of the time I have been watching series was more like Metabots, you know, that thing. Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh,
such a good
that was a
fun.
classic.
Lilo
Yeah.
and Stitch.
Oh,
Lilo and
classic.
Stitch, the episodes.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch,
So
the
good.
animated series is awesome.
Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh, that one's funny too.
I really like. I cannot. bear like. All right, I know that this is fucking silly humor, but man,
So
Julian
funny.
is rocking it. Julian and
Yeah.
Skipper are
Original,
rocking it in that one. They
ori-
have so much personality. All the
original
characters.
King Julian. But I guess,
Yeah,
man,
man.
just think of it. The Last Starfighter. Okay, apparently that one is the Last Starfighter. That one's basically like
Last
a animated Star Wars ripoff of the female C-3PO. I think that's where they got the inspiration for droid sexual Lando.
What?
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, I know that I have been watching like dinosaur animation series. I also have seen that one, Flatfoot. I believe that what's the word for it?
Primal
Flatfoot.
or
What?
Primal? I think it's Primal actually.
Yeah, I think it is primal for you guys. For me, it was Dutch. So it was
Okay.
still very. It was a very, very scary movie.
Oh.
It was a very scary movie, but it was very fun to watch. The same goes for Lion King and Lion King and a half. Lion King 2, I have not seen.
is
Lion
that
King 3, not. It's where the big
was the
giant
dinosaur film-
Tyrannosaurus gets stuck in the inside of the rocks and gets wrecked at the end. That one.
Oh, I think it's a kind of horse you're talking about, isn't it? 'Cause they did have two
Yeah,
horns.
it's where the big giant big giant Platosaurus mother dies by a big
Yes.
giant T-Rex.
Oh, the Land Before
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, Land
Yeah,
Before
I
Time.
think
You're
that's
right.
one. We have a winner. It's a bot. You like it. You want it.
Get Out.
Be gone, bot.
Oh, lovely.
I just wanted to have a bot alert. So yeah. But anyway, as you can see, it's a very boring series because we have been totally drifting off.
Yeah.
And I really don't like the armor of the bitch.
Yeah.
I really don't like it. It feels so fucking fake.
She only has 4 arrows. Why do you bring 4 arrows?
Well, you have a magical
Yeah.
quiver that
Why?
summons more.
Yeah.
No. You don't see the arrows anymore, as you can see.
No, it's she. Well, she has actually. You do. It's right there on her horse that she's leading, and apparently Willow, stranger danger, went up to
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he went
Laura,
like
which is like weird, and it's just why.
because it's normal for the common audience to have an old man approach a little child.
Yeah, apparently. And then there's this whole thing about the guy, the
That
captain
guy.
who's now converted the others to his cause through dark magic. And
It's almost like you should
Lord-
have magic in your. It's almost like the gods should have magic users on their side. Funny that.
What would you ever do? Anyway, she gets captured after
Yeah.
this empowering speech of "You got this. I believe in you. You had the power all along. As long as you feel soft-hearted."
You seem to be the one person who can't see how extraordinary you are. Sod off.
Yeah.
I just know that's please, writers, don't do this unless the character has actually earned it.
Actually, I have the
What?
anti-version of that, actually.
Yeah, the anti-sue. Yeah,
Well, you mean
Anti-Sue's
just a
better.
coach, just a coach that tells you cannot. You need to be doing better.
Mhm.
No,
You
Senator,
need to
you
do
need to
better, Senator.
Oh, God, don't remind me. No, but if you allow me to elaborate on one of my story ideas exactly.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so basically, one of my hero characters, the Guardians they're called, is called Galash. Now, she is she's the female character of the story I'm writing at the moment, but unlike her brethren exactly, she's absolutely terrified of what she has to do because way exactly, and all these these childlike people have been praising how great you are. It's great you're here and all that. You've come to save us. And it's just like, I can't do this. Why are you praising me for all this exactly? And the story I'm writing in the moment called Way of the Sea is where it kind of reaches epochs to say, no, I can't. I'm not what you say you are. I can't do this exactly. And she's actually terrified of it.
One quick thing
does
though,
that sound-
you might want to change the name from Way of the Sea to a different one, because Avatar: The Way of Water is coming out soon. Actually, it's come out. So, just food for thought. You won't have to worry about lawsuits, but there is already an association in people's minds.
Do you want I want to actually also share something. I do have this person that has the approaching of how extraordinary and all that stuff, having a person that cares about a person and talks it, but that's because the other character is a very nervous person that doesn't know what's right and wrong, and this person is just telling the person hey, you need to do this or that, otherwise things might go not the way you want it to go. It's just advice, but you should follow it because
Or another thing about it that you could do is just, it's the main character encouraging other characters. When it's side characters encouraging the main character, it feels a bit masturbatory, to be perfectly honest.
What if the main character is main character is shared between more people then, and then you have one of the people telling the other person from the main character plot, which is also a main character, telling the other person to not worry about it and be see the bigger picture. Is it then correct, like a mentor? Would that suffice?
I think in the case of a mentor, you're usually trying to make it so that the mentor is pushing the main character and saying, you can do this, quit being lazy.
Okay.
That's usually the case with mentors. When there's kind of other people, it's usually, I guess, when somebody says they're extraordinary and they haven't earned it, unless there's some kind of prophecy saying, hey, you will save us, and the person feels unable to get to there, or that person is of a class and there's not a reason around it. I think an example would be the idea of in House of the Dragon. They say Aegon, the boy conqueror, the conqueror babe, and it's clearly more of just a political move, and especially when later on we see that Aegon is a loser.
Well, I just wanted to have have one of the characters have a mentor that is inside of her, and he knows what kind of powers she holds, and that's why he encourages her to do certain types of things for the group, even though she doesn't know about it yet. And then eventually it turns out that's the way to do it. It's also very fun to see the different kind of morals, having the mentor telling her about this and that while she relives the memory of the mentor. And then having you did what? That's so evil. It's yeah, but I did it for a good cause. No, that's not right.
Yeah, that's
have that kind of conversation.
Good, usually. Yeah, that's pretty
exactly.
good.
Yeah,
Or
it's very funny to have that kind of memory, because that the mentor is evil in the way how he behaves, how he's a very, how do you say that, a selfish person. He does only the things for himself, and But the main problem is he's stuck with the person that he needs to mentor, because otherwise he dies. So he tries to help her out, even though it's technically against his own beliefs. And the more it goes on, the more closer he gets towards her, and then be like, all right, fine, we have to live with each other, then I will, accept this. But you also need to accept that I did some horrible things in the first place. And I like that kind of conversation. And eventually he turns into a good guy. He turns his life around, helping others. So, give good advice, not just, say like, hey, you need to do this. And then, it turns out that somebody got a wet willy because of it.
So, other significant events. Apparently, there's a prophecy that Alora Dannon is going to die protecting the world, just like every good Mary Sue.
Yep.
Aww.
And it's
But
like,
they don't die as Mary Sue's most of the time.
Oh, Ray didn't.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
She
Why didn't
died
she
and then
die?
was resurrected.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yay! Because that makes everything so much better, Trip.
What is your name? My name is Ray Skywalker.
I hate this show. I hate these shows. I want.
But wait, there is more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the whole
we
thing
all
with,
we can all agree.
Well, one second. I need to express this.
If this was a person, I would strangle it, burn the body, and proudly declare to the world that I had done it, and no jury would convict me.
Yeah.
Wow, people here are
Yeah.
very desperate already. So we all agree that tomorrow we are going to be watching episode 3 and 4, being happy and thoughtful about the experience, and hopefully, things will turn around for the better.
No.
Bull crap. No.
What, can you not have a happy little ending where everybody is nice, sharing hands in hand, having a nice utopian feeling?
How about
Screw that kumbaya nonsense.
All right. Well, back to the island, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. I would much rather. You know what? I would rather watch Love Island or Too Hot to Handle than this show.
No. There is a horror. There's a sci-fi horror that is called The Island. It's about clones that are produced for organ transports, and they escape, and then all the shit happens with them.
There's actually a show, I can't remember what it's called. It's got Natalie Martinez.
Also, the Time Machine one, the film where there's a dude that invents a time machine and
or the Island, I-LAND, where it's a simulation. Like, you think that they're basically like a Survivor or Lost style, but it's really a computer simulation for these criminals. It's actually really interesting.
Damn.
And thankfully, it's like a short one-off series. It's actually decent. I'd like to watch that with everybody sometime, since I don't think that there's going to be a second season. I think it's just a short, we just one-off, no more show. No more show. At least I hope not, because it ended pretty decently, and I would rather not have them ruin it. But that's the main thing. And then we have the question of, what is the Chimerian cuirass? And it cuts before he talks about it, and it's just like,
it's a box.
Lazy, teasing mother suckers. I hate you.
It's a box. Trust me, it's a box. I have a feeling it's just a box.
Like every frickin' other thing.
Sorry, it's a force of habit.
And then she's able to pick it up. She's able to fix the thing with the she's able to do the thing where making the plant grow, but the problem is she gets captured by the evil guy right as it blossoms.
Yeah.
And then you get very angsty teen music.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's Willow episodes 1 and 2. We covered 2 hours of show in an hour.
Fascinating. Such a waste of time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I legit don't have anything else to say. Nothing happens. I think it's
Yeah.
actually probably a good thing that we're doing 2 at a time, because
Nothing happens.
it's probably going to get even worse in episodes 2, 3, and 4.
Just you wait. It gets better. Oh boy. I can't wait.
It's freaking better.
Yeah.
I actively want to murder this show. If this show was
dead.
a person, I would kill it. And I don't think any
No.
jury would convict me.
The main problem of the show is that it doesn't connect with the audience because of the lack of, the way of how the story is told. The characters inside of it don't feel like they are characters. The actors are like
Ciphers. They feel like ciphers for the audience.
Yeah, it's like reading a teen novel where you have this teen be like, "Hey, I wrote my first novel. How it is?" And then you see the laptop
wrote-
text and be like, "Wait
I
a minute,
wrote-
what? Huh? This doesn't make sense. What kind of words are you using? Is that slang? You're not supposed to be writing slang instead of your." Okay. I think that's a good way to describe it. Be like, wah, ooh, wah, ah, ooh. And then be like, eh.
Yeah, the monsters look fine, I guess. The makeup isn't awful.
Yeah.
I did like the scary woman though. The scary woman was the best monster.
Yeah.
The dogs were the worst
Yeah, it's true.
because you could see they were fake. Scary woman
Yeah, the scary lady was
coming
drinking in the morning
down
without
the
her coffee.
street. Scary woman.
You know what? Not inaccurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Trip if she gets tickled, because apparently Trip is very ticklish and will get violent if she gets tickled.
No comment.
All right.
Wow.
Alrighty. Well, I don't know what else to say other than this is not a good start. And
But we were already starting.
but we're gonna do it tomorrow. We'll watch episodes 2 and 3. Well, 3 and 4, I mean. And yeah. This well, so far it is not a bastardization of my childhood.
Not yet.
It could be worse. It could be an organ harvesting, so don't worry about it.
Or Rings. Yeah, so far this is not as bad as Rings of Power.
Not yet.
Not yet, at least. Rings of Power started off with worse dialogue than this show. Like, I actually am fine with the dialogue in this show for the most part.
Mhm.
It's not as bad. Yeah, Rings of Power, like, the dialogue is just legit the
Abysmal.
worst.
It's like a toddler trying to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, the dialogue in Rings of Power was way worse. It was, and also, like, I hate the Harfoots are one of the biggest failures.
What, the
So
cannibals?
Nobbit.
The Nobbits.
Yeah,
Well,
because-
I'm fine. Yeah.
They are
So-
fucking cannibals. That's for sure.
Yeah, probably. Alrighty. Well, I don't really think there's anything else to discuss about the first 2 episodes of Willow, other than it's just the show really just doesn't know what it's doing. Like,
We kind of
don't
forgot about
understand.
the dragons.
Yeah, there weren't dragons in the original Willow, but there were dragons in the book.
Well, like they always said in episode 7 and 8 from Game of Thrones, we kind of forgot about the whole damn thing, but the whole story. We forgot about the Iron Fleet. We forgot about. Trust me, we're gonna forget about the fucking prince that needs to be rescued. We're not gonna get him back. He died. Don't know how, but he died off screen. Worst death ever.
I don't know if they will do that.
It's
since
Disney. You
well,
have
Disney-
a very good manly man die for all the Mary Sues. Come on, if
I think
that
that he-
is not satisfying.
I don't know if he's going to die off screen. He might die. I'm not sure. I don't. Well, kind of. He's supposed to be kind of like the Playboy type. I think that when it comes down to it, I think that he's either going to go through a redemption arc, quote unquote, where he becomes civilized, I suppose, or at least civilized as these people call it.
That's the worst nightmare.
And that's kind of my thought on the whole thing, because he's probably just going to become civilized. That's probably /neutered. Since
He's either going to be dead or displayed or dead. I think
Dead.
probably he's going to be dead.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts on this show before we close out?
It's boring. What more can I say?
And it's probably
Meh.
going to rapidly get worse, because that seems to be the case with most Disney Plus shows. Where
Well, at least
like,
you're paying $10
Yeah.
for it every day.
you know, well, at least, yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier was kind of bad from the off. WandaVision kind of had a semblance of being good for the first few episodes, and then it tanked.
Yep.
And this is just kind of boring, and I imagine that it's going to get a lot worse as time goes on.
It's
And
gonna
we're gonna get
be a
angrier and
drag
angrier.
of a show.
Yep, we're just going to get angrier and angrier as the
I
show
don't think
gets
we're gonna get angry. I think we're gonna get disappointed
done
instead.
well.
Is
Yeah,
he
I'm
gonna
probably
be
going to.
angry instead of disappointed? Whoa.
Well, what
Ragey boy.
disappointment implies is that I had expectations of it being good.
No, you have to have an expectation that it might be mediocre. At best.
Mediocre. Wasn't even expecting mediocre. I was expecting trash from the off.
And I was still disappointed.
I was just like, this isn't even funny trash. This is lazy, dumb loser trash.
This is like not disaster movie kind of trash, you know? Back in the day where you had good, decent, humor with
Or-
trash fucking choreography and no sensible plot. And now it's like, I am an angsty
stuff like-
teen. I have been not behaving to my parents, and I am still 80 bits of fatness. Yes. How dare you? Have you no rights? It's gonna be greasy. I
Sounds
think
really
I
boring.
see all these writers as greasy boys, like greasy pigs that are trying to write things down while eating their donut. Nom, nom, nom.
Donut. You know what? I now really want to go get. I'm so mad that now that you've mentioned donuts, I'm now mad that Hertz donuts don't exist in Utah. You can only get them in Kansas.
What?
Like Krispy Kreme.
You
is
guys
good,
have
but Hertz
you guys
donut
have
is way
donuts? Jealous.
Yes.
better. Yes.
I don't have that. We only have bread and croissants up here because France.
Bread.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Well,
bread.
Well, alrighty. Well, this was a short stream, but that worked out well. I was expecting it to be a little bit longer, but no, there's legit nothing to talk about with this show.
No.
But barely anything.
Really
It's-
isn't.
Alrighty. Well, we'll call it good for today. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Enough! Kill me! Just end it.
No.